For our demo, we're using an actual event that occurred during our beta test of critical event video. The critical event reporting interface that you see here is identical to what you already have with the current version. You may have noticed this right-hand column with video indicating whether or not video is available for any of the critical events that might exist on CER. Enabling your fleet with CEV would allow you to simply click any of these events that have an icon indicating that a video is available to review that video. We're going to go ahead and select this particular hard braking event. Everything that you have today with critical event reporting is still available with the CEV add-on. So you have access to see the graph, the speed information. If you've equipped an active safety system with following time data, you'll see that information as well. You'll also be able to review the maps, the hours of service. But on the new videos tab, that's where we've integrated critical event video. So bringing the actual video into critical event reporting is as easy really as just clicking that button, clicking that row for the event. Once you're in the player, you have the controls to pause, use the slider to move the timeline back and forth. You can also switch between front and rear facing cameras. And then over here you have the same information that you would have with the critical event itself. And of course you can still download the PDF copy of the CER event itself, as well as the graph data. And then with critical event video, you have the option also to download the video as an MP4. Go ahead and let this particular event play out. Notice that underneath the event we've indicated the speed, and that's a second-by-second speed from the critical event itself. And then the red horizontal line indicates where the actual critical event or hard braking event occurred. In addition to the functionality of critical event video, I think you'll also see a pretty nice piece of driving by the professional driver in this situation. The second-by-second speed, again, you can roll it back and forward to see where he began to decelerate. You can see where he saw the event really unfolding in front of him and started to decrease his speed really as soon as he saw the situation go from bad to worse. The other thing, for those of you in operations safety, you'll recognize the fact that this driver was doing everything right in this particular situation. Obviously he's being passed, so he's going the speed. If you're wondering how fast he was going certainly going slower than traffic, slower than posted speed, and an appropriate speed for the situation. And then he had very good situational awareness and was able to react very quickly. And because he had that good following distance, because he had the option to take really almost either lane on either side, he was in a good situation to avoid impact with, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different vehicles that if he hadn't had that following distance, it's possible he could have had impact with any of those vehicles. So I definitely want to recognize just a fantastic job of driving that this driver did. But with critical event video, now you know why it's important to have a good following distance, why it's good not to travel in packs, and why to leave yourself an opportunity to take an extra lane if needed. I think this driver was probably also playing that that what if game. What if we'll roll the video back. What if this load of tires in this car? What if one of those comes loose? He certainly had situational awareness and knew what potentially could happen, and so that's why he was able to react as quickly as he was. And then the actual critical event itself, notice he had already started to shave speed off. So he'd already tried to do everything he could to bring his vehicle under, keep his vehicle in control and shave speed away. And it really wasn't until just that last moment that he really needed to decrease the speed to a point where it was necessary for the hard braking event to occur. So very, very good really fantastic job of driving by the driver. And then if any time, you can certainly use the player controls to slide back and forth and advance, second by second to see um, his speed before and after the event as it changes. It changes here. You'll also notice that this particular event is 90 seconds. The customer received the first minute back, and then they use that sequel feature to go ahead and bring back additional 30 seconds of video. So they have a 90-second clip, and so they can actually see not only the driver preventing any impact with additional vehicles, but they can also see that he clearly safely made it through. Until he came to a stop up ahead of the accident itself. So that's an example of the sequel feature being used. In this particular example, we did not have audio recording. If the customer had opted to have audio, that would have been part of this as well. And then you also have the option again to have the rear-facing video included as well.